Alright, so next step is this display. Uh, I'm planning on just gluing it in place. I don't need anything to support it, but I do need something to line it up so that it ends up in the correct place. And in order to achieve that, I'm going to get this out of my way. And I figured something to keep it from moving too far this way, plus something to keep it from moving too far to the side. But if I do that, the piece is basically just going to be locked in there forever, which is fine, but it does need to be symmetrical then as well. So I'm going to sketch on here, and let's see, kind of convert this, get this out of my way, convert that, and right, that doesn't quite work out very well for me, does it? How else can I support this? Yeah, I think I'm pretty stuck doing that actually though. Let's get rid of these lines. So I'm gonna try just putting in a rectangle and do a coincident to there. Do a coincident, or let's do an intersection curve. And got a whole bunch of things that I need to delete then. Make this last one for construction and do a coincident constraint. And I'll do a coincident out here and out here. And so that gets me across the top. I'm actually gonna make this a little bit farther out too. So I'm gonna drag this out, get rid of that, and I'll just dimension this for now, and I'll cut it off later. Then I need something along the sides, something there, and something there, and I'll do a coincident on these. And let's see, gonna do a coincident there, and do a coincident here. And I'll do one last coincident to lock the last bits down. Make this for construction. Make this for construction. And go across. I'm going to say this is equal to my material thickness. And I'll just go ahead and mirror that. Alright. Then I'm going to just do this, say convert entities. That was a bad idea. Let's get rid of those. It's too much geometry to use for something as simple as what I want to do. So let's just say midpoint there, and say 500. Do an extruded cut through all, and apply to both of these. And then I need my sides back. I'm going to do basically the same thing in here. Just cut it down with the circle. want those two to be affected. And do the same thing over here. And there we go. All right. Let's hide everything except those. And start on here, say convert. And I'll make a circle. And just chop off the edges that I don't want. I'm going to hide this one for now. Do the same thing from the other side. And convert and cut. Alright, and since we're going to have two that are about the same, I was thinking about marking them. I'm actually not sure that's even necessary, because one of them is going to be bigger than the other. But, yeah, might as well. I'm thinking of it, might as well. So, say, want works 4.5 and go middle to middle, middle to middle, wherever that is. All right, so that's going to be make these parallel, make these parallel, and just make a coincident there. Make everything for construction. Do extrude cut of 0.01. Only apply to that. All right. And then this one. Let's convert it. And make it 500. Through all. And here. And the other side. Do the same thing. And I want it on the back, the same as that. This is 4.5. This is coincident. And I can save myself a line by making this midpoint. And there we go. And then there we go. Make that for construction. Extrude cut. Only applying to that. And let's save and do an evaluate once it saves. Just make sure that all fits. Should be like line on line, but not interfering with each other. And it takes a while to process all those little teeth, but looks like we're good. If I hide that, you can see in there, basically I put a piece on top of that. Basically the whole top shell will be assembled. I put the two pieces in, then I put the display in, and put the glue in, and should all hold together. I'll probably put glue like all the way up to the cover. Then, what else do I need? I need buttons. So let's go back to the assembly. And I'll just open the switch up. Go back to my shell. And then it's nice and easy to insert that part because it's already open. And I want surface bodies as well. So I'm gonna insert it, and then I'm gonna insert it again. So got various parts to each. We got 2 bodies, and we've got 2 surfaces for each. So select, and then select, and select, and there, add. We want this to be parallel with, this is horizontal, so we can make it parallel with that. And then want this to be coincident with that. Okay, that's in place. And grab these and grab these and say we want to move those as well. So this is going to be concentric with that. And this is going to be parallel with that. And this will be coincident with that. And then grab these 2 and say we want a mirror. And we want to use X0. Alright, then we don't need these surfaces here anymore, so we can delete those. And make some space here so I can work easier. And I want to break the links to these parts that I brought in. And I'll save. Now, let's get this out of the way. Question is, how to support these? And I think I've got a plan. We'll see if it works though. So, get a rectangle, and a rectangle. Gonna get rid of the horizontal, Make these collinear and equal. Coincident, and coincident. And let's see, offset by 0.5 on these pins. So that'll be tangent. That'll be tangent. This will be tangent. And this will be tangent. And then I need to go tangent there. And I'm going to go tangent there as well. So those are all set up. And I want to go a little bit farther with these. So an offset, I don't want chain selected. And I'm going to go 1 millimeter out on this, and this, and this. And do it on the bottom as well. All right. And then I'm going to do another offset on these. Oh, I guess I have to do them separately. And on these as well. Reversed. Is equal to material thickness. As is this. All right. So we got those drawn up basically. And We could actually go out more, which wouldn't hurt. So let's say that this is actually, say, equals safe distance. What happens if I do that? Still have room there. So I will go with that. For construction, grab these outermost lines. Well, actually I don't even need to do that. So, got this, and it goes across, and it goes up, and it goes across. And then we just need an opening for those 2 pins, and for these 2 pins, or 4 pins. And so that works. Let's just see, evaluate, measure from there to there. So 3 millimeters, that's plenty. Actually, I can make this a little bit bigger if I want to, but I'll leave it so if I expand that, I'm alright. So let's say this is equal to my material thickness. Well, something about that it's not liking. I'm not sure exactly what it's freaking out about. Alright. For construction, we want this, this, and this. And we want this, and this. And these. And there we go. Equals material thickness. And don't want to merge it. Want it going outward. Okay. And we could probably get a little bit more material in there. Just minimize how much we're losing as far as strength. Make these equal. Gonna offset this by, say, 2. Make this for construction and tangent it. And bring it up to the other side. Alright, then we just need some way to attach it to the front, which normally I'd put tabs going through, but I really don't want to up there. I want it to be unaffected by anything like that. So I'm gonna have tabs back here. That's fine because no one sees them, but in the front I don't want that. So I'm gonna draw the holes that the tabs go into here. Or not even holes, but you get the idea. Make those equal. And do some for construction. Those parallel and equal. And equal there as well. And I'm just going to do the equals material thickness. And do a cut through that. Alright. Then make a rectangle and coincident it and coincident And let's see, convert those. Should convert all those. And there you go. So do an extruded boss up to here. And I don't want to merge that. And reuse the same sketch again by doing from there up to there. I don't want to merge that either. And then that will basically just be glued in place, and it's positioned by the actual buttons in the holes. I suppose I could go out farther, now that I look at that, to give it a little bit more support. But I think that should be enough just as it is. And that way I've got access by the sideway, make it a little bit easier to put everything together. Alright, what else do I need now? I think it's pretty much done. Let's go back here. Edit that. Hide that. So we've got board access from the back. Oh, we need markings for where the boards should be mounting. We need that. So I might as well draw that in right away. Should we do a control Q real quick? And wondering why this is off. Alright. Let's grab a notepad real quick. And come on, let me rotate. That's 44. And 82.1. And 9.59. And 16.01. So it's considerably off. Right. So 18.79 from center. Okay. So I can just draw those in manually in here then. I'm going to draw in here. I say, got a rectangle, got a rectangle. These are going to be equal. These are going to be equal. And 44. And I think something didn't quite go through. I think it was 82.1, but let me double check. Yep, 82.1. All right, I'm going to put a point right there and coincident it. And I will tangent there. All right, so it looks like I'm still clear of that, even though I've kind of moved this hole forward. Then 18.79. So 18.79. And drag you down. Then I need to figure out how far from the back it should be. Right, show that. So from here to here is 8.595. There we go. Doesn't look like it's interfering with anything. It's close, but it's okay. And yeah, so we got our little outlines we can put down, and say 0.01. This tiny little thing. Oh, zero thickness geometry, of course. So let's get rid of this tangent. Let's offset this by just half a millimeter. Not even. Yeah, half a millimeter. That way it doesn't cause issues when I'm trying to engrave it. Alright. And extrude cut. 0.01. That. So now those will just be engraved as lines, and that way it's easier to place the boards exactly where they need to be. This whole cover is glued together, so it lifts on and off. Which causes a problem right there. So, need to make a slight modification here. Let's call this equals 9 plus material thickness. And then are we still in the clear? Sort of. Right on the edge. But if the material thickness is too much, it just pushes it over that edge. It's almost impossible that I'll select a material thickness that puts it right on there so it's zero thickness. I can lose a millimeter from the edge of one of these holes. It's not a big deal. So with that, I think all the necessary parts are done, and that just leaves the fun parts. So let's go tangent, and a tangent, and a tangent. And how big is this? 68. All right. So I make this 50. Make this for construction. And I'm just going to do a tiny little cut. And it's probably easiest to just mirror that across rather than remaking it on the other side. All right, so that I'm going to put my my logo there, but it's kind of on the complex side, so I'll just drop it on there when I'm designing this or when I'm getting ready to burn this. But that said, just so that it's a little bit easier to figure out what side is what, I'll just put a rectangle in here. That way it's easier to orient the top and the bottom in there. And we'll roll towards up here. There we go. And let's show everything. And we save it. And let's close some things we don't need real quick. And then open something we do need. This will take a second. All right. And then we can insert that part. Maybe. Just insert it over here. And it'll take a second. It's graphics, so it's kind of detailed. And let's see, from there to there, that's call it 88. Where's my calculator? There it is. From there to there is 171. And from there to there is, call it 38. So roughly 300. And this is 420. So I want to hit scale, not combine. Hit this. Scale it down a little bit. All right, and this side is the bottom of that. So let's move this to where I need it. And it takes a second. Okay, that's the way I like it, or want it. And right there, it's gonna go with this. And it's gonna be coincident. And it'll take a while to process that. I want to flip it the other way. If it'll let me. Maybe eventually. Alright, flip it this other way. Flip it some way, come on. Alright, it really doesn't want to flip across. Alright. So what else can I do? I know. I'll just do a coincident there the wrong way that it insists on doing it. And then grab this middle plane and grab this. And it'll take a second to process that. And okay. Alright, so now it's basically where I want it, except it's upside down. So I can just mirror it. And then once that gets done, I can delete the original. Alright, So that's in place to where I want it. And I'm going to hide this real quick. Got a sketch on here. I'm going to go corner to corner to see if I can actually get the corner. Well, we'll come back to getting the corner. And I can just grab this and go collinear. And bring this back. And I want to take this sketch and I want to split this. And come on, split. All right, got that done. And then I need to kind of roll this backwards. Let me see, these 90 degrees. All right, that makes this relatively easy. And got that, and I want this to be mated with that. And it'll take a second to process that. Gonna mate this with this. And that'll take a second too. And I'm going to take this line here and I'm going to make it coincident with this. All right. So that's in place. And in a second it should let me zoom out. All right, let's hide this again. Let's hide this for now. I'll go on here. I'm going to do a sketch from corner to corner. I'll just draw in the basic shape first and then put my constraints on. So these will be collinear. And these will be collinear. And these. And these. Grab that. And I want to get out of the sketch. And I want to split this body. And okay. This pattern is symmetrical, so I only have to do half of it. I can mirror it to the other side. But before I do that, I have to do the back here. So let me go ahead and just hide this right away. I'm going to do move copy bodies on this. That's just for a copy this time. And then we can hide this for the time being. Oh, wait, did I just make a copy of that? I don't want to do that. Made a copy of the wrong one. So I've got that, and I've got that. I want to make a copy of this one. And it'll take a second to generate this. So, all right, got this. Select that, and I want to pick a small face and mate with that. And okay. And then I want to center it, or make sure it's centered anyway. And then I want to grab one of these edges and say it's coincident with that. Nope, that's not what I want to do actually. So I'll undo that. I want to, I'm just going to click OK on that for now so I can hide this because it's in my way. All right, then I can finish making this move. In a minute or 2 or 5, there we go. Grab that point, that vertex, click that, and they should go coincident in a couple seconds here, and OK, and OK. All right, so I've got something for the front, the top, and the back. Then I just need something for the side. All right, and I also need to make sure that it's actually going to fold over the way I want it to. So this is a funny angle. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use a 3-point rectangle. And I'm going to go like this and this and this. And say 15. Exact numbers don't really matter here. Just dimensioning it so it's fully dimensioned. And I'm going to say that is the same as the midpoint on that. And I will do an extruded cut going backwards through all and only applying to this one body. And that way I can take this face and go to surfaces and say offset by 0. And that way I can use that to help guide this as it kind of rolls over the side. So move copy bodies, grab this, and we want pick a small, relatively small face that doesn't have hundreds and hundreds of them. And click that. All right. And then, wait, did it go the wrong way? It might have. Let's just click OK on this for a second and see. Sometimes it's hard to tell because it just shows you kind of both sides at once. Yeah, that merged the wrong way that we don't want it to merge. That's okay, I can just flip it around. And flip it. And okay. Then we have this. It's going to merge with that. All right. And then, let's see, this should be able to merge with that. We'll see in a second here. All right. And let it process. All right, so let's try doing some of these subtracts. So since this one's already visible, I'll start with it. And I'll do the top one. The fronts and the backs should match with the top. I just want to see if these are actually like gonna work If they're lined up, that is. Alright, so those are lined up real nice. Gonna delete these two combines because I need to do something with these subtractors first. And come on, come on. It takes its time. So, this surface I'm done with. I've got a bunch of other surfaces that I still have uses for. And actually do need one more surface that I've already have. And so I'm going to go on here and say convert. And actually I don't even need a surface. I can just use a split with this. So show that. I'm going to use this with split. And cut those bodies. Or cut that body. And okay, so now when I do a combine between this and this, that circle doesn't get interfered with. And I can actually delete that part. So that's good. We've got the center plane, so I can just mirror that across rather than doing it again on the other side. I'll hide that though for the moment. So I can grab this one and delete it. And I'll hide that too since it's already done. And start showing more bits. So I need to do some more splitting. I can do a subtract in this one though first though. So subtract that. And let's see then. Got this, this, this. And a couple more. So let's go to split. Select this body and split it. Do a bunch of little pieces. And I'm going to do a combine subtract between this and this. Alright, and our split 9 pieces, those can all go away. And then we've got a couple more pieces, a couple more splits to make in the back, which will be these two. So we'll split this body. And okay. And it's got to process that. Then we want to combine, take this body, subtract this from it. So now we got that going down there. We don't need any of these surfaces anymore. And I don't need this sketch anymore either. Or this one. And see if we should hide everything. There's nothing to be seen, so let's show everything. And we don't need these little blocks, so we can get rid of those. Alright, so we've got lightning pattern on all sides, got space on each side for my logo, lightning pattern on the top, the back, labels on the front and back, buttonholes, and the screen, which we actually don't want a cut here. Because this is going to be translucent material, so the screen will shine right through it. So one last little thing, grab that and Gonna convert entities one by one. Grab that and just extrude up to there. And I know that looks kind of silly, but like I said, it's translucent, so it'll shine right through. All right, so that is, as far as I can tell, design done. And neat little shape if I do say so myself. So, I'm gonna add the kerf, gonna do a flat layout with it, and then it's ready to burn. So if you stay with me this long, thank you, and I'll try to add something at the end, just showing it put together if I can remember to do that.